Hey guys, Marquis here. So I was doing what I usually do, research on Google for my next video I was planning to make. Then I randomly stumbled across this worst rappers of all time list from 11 years ago. So I figured that I would go through it with you guys and get your thoughts on the placements. Because honestly, when I was going through this list the first time I saw it, I was shocked with how bad it was. So without any further ado, here's what Edward Bozza apparently thinks are the worst rappers of all time. Number 10, Eazy-E. Yeah, I'm gonna have to disagree. Even though he's not one of the best rappers to come out the 90s, because obviously, there were more talented MCs, he still has some good songs in his discography. The person who made this list needs to listen to For the Love of Money because his flow on that song was so smooth. And that beat is probably one of the best he's ever rapped on. Let's hear his explanation for this one though. I know half of y'all are running to the comments right now to call this list garbage for mentioning the name of the beloved Eazy-E, for the other half who haven't embarrassed themselves yet. Hear your boy out. Yeah, I doubt I embarrassed myself because I know exactly what I'm talking about. The only people who would embarrass themselves are people trying to pretend like they've heard 90s rap music before. In which case, stop LARPing. It's bad enough y'all do it with Radiohead's music. There's no question that Eazy is a West Coast rap pioneer who created iconic songs. But that doesn't mean the man wasn't awful on the mic. Cause Lord knows he was. Eazy's flow was really jerky and stilted, like he was reading from one of those malfunctioning teleprompters from the BET Awards. Yet again, have to disagree. I think he has some really nice flows and not all of them are jerky and stilted. Say what you want about him, but he knew how to rap. Number 9, Master P. Okay, look, I know why most people would call him a bad rapper. The way he raps can be off-putting to a lot of people, especially if they are not used to that style of Louisiana rap. Trust me, it took a while for me to get used to him as well. But just like what I said with Eazy-E, he has some good songs as well. He's in his best element when he's making those songs about him being a player and flowing his ass off. He was also the face of one of the most successful rap labels of the 90s. And even though that label gave us one of Snoop Dogg's worst albums and a rapper who I would argue is worse when it comes to No Limit, the blueprint he laid out for that rap scene influenced a bunch of different rappers. So you can't say that he had a hand in creating the new wave. Jay-Z and The Rock, Eminem and D12, Nas and the Bravehearts. In most cases, the leader of a rap clique is also its best lyricist, the symbol of excellence for the entire crew. But if Master P is the symbol of excellence for the No Limit soldiers, it's no wonder most of them went AWOL. Apparently someone told P that rapping in caps lock is the secret to success, so he spent most of the 90s screaming sewage into our ears. But there's good news for P. He's not even the worst rapper in his family. The person who made this clearly doesn't understand his rap style. But true, there is someone worse than him who we're gonna talk about now. Number 8. Silk the Shocker. I'm gonna agree with this one. I don't know why this motherfucker raps faster than the beat. It's like he's in an Olympic competition and he turns into Usain Bolt. You would have thought the beat was chasing him way he runs away from it. Like a bow-legged toddler trying to catch a butterfly in the park. Silk has been unsuccessfully chasing rap beats since 1995, tripping over his feet and falling on his face every single time. It's almost like he was intentionally offbeat with every single bar. When it comes to timing his cadence with the track, homie ain't even on the wrong page. He's in a different library. Nah, that's funny. Imagine being so far ahead of the beat to where you're somewhere else entirely. Bro isn't on the dark web. He's on the internet proxy server. He ain't on the newspaper. He's on the printing machine. He doesn't just do it. He overdoes it. You get the point though. Edward argues that this next guy is about as offbeat as he is, but we'll see if that judgment is fair. Number 7. Big Sean. I do agree that he has corny bars from time to time, but he can make good music when he wants to. When he's flowing and goes into these nice pockets, that's where he excels. Guaranteed that writing isn't his strong suit though, but he does make up for it in the delivery department. AKA, your 8-year-old sister's favorite rapper. Oh please. I don't have an 8-year-old sister, but whatever. Big Sean allegedly has been rapping for a decade, so why is the concept of staying on beat still foreign policy to him? He knows how to flow on beat though. I would argue Blueface was more off beat. He has a weird habit of cramming too many syllables in one bar, then not enough in the next. so his verses are like a raggedy game of Jenga, always 2 seconds from crumbling into the trash heap. Not all of his songs are trash, given that they actually sound good and that they don't have corny lyricism. And his punchlines. Still rocking Louis Vuitton condom. Cause I'm so fucking in style. Player please. Yeah, I would admit, that wasn't it. But he has far worse lyrics than that. Listen to I Do It as proof. Number 6. Mike Jones. Nah, I actually like Mike Jones. His delivery is really nice and I like his cadence. I would also argue that 2813308004 is one of the most infamous phone numbers in music history next to Tommy Two Tones 8675309. Journey with me back to 2004, when a mixtape rapper gained popularity by repeating his name a bunch of times and giving out his cell phone number. Sounds like a thirsty chick on Snapchat. I mean the hoes must want his number cause they wanna fuck with a pimp. If you were a girl, would you really blame me? I mean, who would pass up on that? For a brief, dark time in our country's history, Mike Jones became the hottest rapper by basically repeating one line over and over again. Don't believe me? Check out his verse from Still Tippin'. Back then hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot hoes all on me. Back then hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot hoes all on me. Back then hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot hoes all on me. Back then hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot hoes all on me. Now usually I don't like repetition in songs because it can get quite annoying. But this one just gets you hyped. Repetition can have that element to it. Repetitive songs don't just have to be like WAP by J Dash and Gas Pedal by Sage the Gemini. Number 5. Diddy. For obvious reasons. He's not a good person. He does a terrible job at rapping and I bet he doesn't even write his lyrics. But why would you even need to when you're one of the richest people in the music industry? He probably gets other people to write his shit and passes it off as his own. Your least favorite music mogul has been stealing the spotlight of more talented artists for nearly 25 years. You'd think that by sucking the same rarefied air as legends like the Notorious B.I.G. that he'd acquire some semblance of talent by osmosis. Well, think again. He also hired a hitman named Keith D to take Tupac out and I'm surprised that he never got charged for it. Puff spent a career bragging about how he didn't have to write rhymes. He wrote checks. He flaunted the fact that he could pay ghostwriters for hits. If that's the case, why did he spend his money on such terrible lyrics? Hey, I didn't say that they were good lyrics. He just never wrote his lyrics and relied on other people to do it for him. I don't really think there's shit he did musically other than introducing the world to Craig Mack, Mason Biggie. If anything, his focus was more on the business side of things. Music was a side hustle. Number 4. Chief Keef. Oh nah, this nigga tripping. He got bangers on top of bangers, bro. And his debut album cemented him as a Chicago legend. You can't doubt the influence that had on the rap scene. Like, come on bro. Save Me. Love Sosa. I Don't Like. Finito. Stop Playing With Me. Y'all sure love making excuses for this dude. He ain't supposed to be lyrical. He makes hype music. He's not so bad if you give him a chance. You don't understand though. He can make some great music. He doesn't just make hype music. Listen to Thought Breaker. He gets in his melodic bag and pulls it off. I just checked my fridge and we're all out of chances. Are these really the songs y'all are getting hyped off of? Emojis. Emojis. The bitch liked to text emojis. 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 So I sent emojis. 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 And now we send emojis. 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 All she send is emojis. Hey, what's wrong with him sending emojis to a girl he likes? Don't people usually text others emojis? The person who made this probably gets no bitches, so we're not gonna put it past him. Number 3. Young Thug. I do understand why old heads hate this guy. He mumbles. Sometimes he's incoherent and he raps with different inflections, like a higher one on songs like The London and Best Friend and a lower one on songs like Harambe and Cartier Gucci Scarf. But I do think he has made some good shit. Let me lay out a scenario for you Thugger fans. It's date night and you decide to take Bay to the Dollar Movies to see the latest Tyler Perry disaster. Unfortunately, the audio in Ratchet Cinemas is jacked up, so everyone on screen sounds like Scooby-Doo on lean. I know how y'all do. If that scenario occurred, you'd run to the manager screaming for a refund and some free popcorn for your troubles. Yet, you'll turn right around and spend your hard-earned money on this babbling maniac. Scooby-Doo on lean is wild, bro. You ain't gotta do him like that. I do get it, but I like him. Number 2. Birdman. I only like Birdman when he has either little involvement in the song like What Happened to That Boy or when he just talks like on BS. Him rapping though? Nah. I don't wanna hear that shit. He has such an uninteresting way of rapping. It's just so dry and personality-less. Similar issues I have with Yo Gotti but worse. Never before has a man made so much money from doing absolutely nothing. Ever since Cash Money took over for the 99 and 2000s, Baby has delivered the laziest, lethargic rhymes in rap history. Went from sitting in the cell, to sitting on a jet, from shitting in the cell, to shitting on a jet. All delivered with paint-drying enthusiasm. Every time Birdman rubs his hands, another rap career dies. Except his, sadly. Which reminds me, remember when the number 1 stunner finessed Juvenile, BG and Lil Wayne out of a few hundred racks because he felt like he deserved the money and them hot boys didn't make a single cent off their success? Yeah, he's a scummy asshole. He's like the Mr. Krabs of the rap industry. And finally, the number 1 pick, Soulja Boy. His music nowadays is lazy, uninspired and just not very rewarding to listen to. At worst, his music can be straight up annoying, but it's passable at best. Back in 2007, I thought that Crank That was easily one of the worst songs ever recorded in rap history. Ever. The lyrics, the ones you could understand, that is, were abysmal. The cadence was horrendous and the content made no sense. But I chilled on the song, figuring that it was an eyesore that would soon fade away, like neon fanny packs. But no, Soulja Boy actually became a bona fide rap star, releasing sorry hit after sorry hit, and I still don't understand how. Take all the horrible qualities from 9 rappers listed above and combine them. Soulja Boy is the Voltron force of garbage MCs. Terrible flow, terrible lyrics, terrible production, that he usually handles himself. Naturally, terrible tattoos, terrible attitude. Yeah, Soulja Boy has produced some awful shit. He produced one of Lil Wayne's worst songs and he produced Snap and Roll, which is just unlistenable. In almost a decade, his only contribution has been lying to poorly dressed young men about how much swag they have. To be fair, I also think he lies about what he was the first to do. He just exaggerates claims to make it seem like he was the first to do anything. It's a brag that has no substance. Soulja Boy is the worst ever. Oh, I disagree. I would put Hopsin above this motherfucker, and Tom McDonald, and Vanilla Ice, and Joyner Lucas. I do agree that he's trash, but there's a lot of competition for the worst one of all time. So those are the rappers that Edward thinks are the worst of all time. If you made a list like this one, who would you put on the list and who would you keep from this list? Let me know in the comments below. And if this video does well enough, I'll check out another list from Soul in Stereo about the top 10 most embarrassing rap lyrics of all time. But until then, thanks for watching and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.